Welcome to Rocket ATM Tutorials.
This video will demonstrate how to program an ATM machine, a Nautilus Hyosung ATM machine, as if it came brand new straight out of the box, or if it's been reformatted and you're trying to reprogram it from ground up. Normally, if it's just turned on and everything's booted up, you'll have an error code, whatever the error code is. What you're wanting to do is to log into management menus so that we can begin programming. The key sequence to punch is enter, clear, cancel, 1, 2, 3. Got to be careful. Again, enter, clear, cancel, 1, 2, 3. Waiting a few seconds, you'll have a screen pop up. What we're looking to do is get into operator functions. Once in operator functions, give it a few seconds. It's going to ask for a password. The default password that'll allow us to get into the menu is 555555. And we're in. So from this menu, as you can see, there's several different sub-menus that we can enter into. Majority of the programming that we're going to do is going to be on the right-hand side, where we're going to get into the customer setup menu, the system setup menu, and the host setup. We'll also have to program the settlement just so that we can pretend like there's money in this machine so that we can bring it live. So these four menus is generally what we're going to be looking at when we're programming this ATM machine. So we're going to begin with customer setup. In customer setup, first step is to go to surcharge mode. In surcharge mode, as you can see, there's some information here. You never want to touch the mode, which is always by default enabled. If you turn your mode off accidentally, like this, you're just not going to be charging any customer anything, which defeats the purpose of the ATM. So what we're going to do is change the amount, because normally customers want to control their own amount. In this particular case, let's just say you're going to charge $250. And there you go. You just press 250 on the keypad down below, and you see the OK button. Operation successful. You're now at 250. Nothing else needs to be changed. You can add an owner's name in here if you'd like. You can, so that when customers are doing transactions, they can see Shell Food Mart or whatever the store name may be. In this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to clear all or clear line just to get rid of this owner here. And there you go. And you'll notice that this alpha button on the screen allows me to get into various different keyboards if I keep pressing the button here. So there's about 3 different keyboards that I can get into. This is a numeric keyboard by default. If I press alpha, I'll have an alpha keyboard. That has now turned into table. If I press table, I can see symbols and numbers and some letters. And then the last one, which was the starting menu, is the numeric menu. So I'm going to type in Rocket ATM, or surcharge owner is going to be Rocket. That's just going to watch how I do this. On your keypad, you'll notice the numbers down below, and on your screen, as I press the corresponding numbers, I have the letters going from number 7 is PRS, so PRS. So I just need to highlight the desired letter that I'm looking for and then press enter. When I press enter, the desired letter shows up on the top line. So we got the R, now I need an O, so that is 666. I got the O, press enter, there we go. C, enter. K, enter, E, T, Rocket, and I just press the right arrow button or the plus button to scroll over. I can use the minus button to go backwards or plus buttons to go forward. So Rocket ATM. And there you have the surcharge owner on this machine is Rocket ATM, and I'm going to press the OK button to save it. So surcharge mode is done. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel on the keypad and exit that menu. So we're still in the sub menu of customer setup. Next, I'm going to have you go into Select Processor. And by the way, please feel free to pause this video along the way so that you can complete the task before and then press play to carry on. So once in Select Processor, I want you to go to Communication. And in the middle of the screen, you'll see what the setting is set at by default. In this case, it's set for dial-up. I don't have this ATM set on dial-up. I want to actually put this on the internet, so I'm going to put this to TCP/IP. If I wanted to put this on a dial-up, then I will change it back to dial-up. But in this case, I'm going to select internet. So TCP/IP, and then I'm going to cancel out of this menu. As you can see, cancel to return. So cancel. And I'm going to carry on in the Select Processor sub menu. Next, I'm going to go to Message Format. Go to Message Format and select Standard 3. Standard 3 has been selected. Hit Cancel. Next, I'm going to go to TCP/IP type. And by default, I have some selections already selected. I'm going to leave it at Visa Framed. If it says something else like standard or what have you, we want to select it to Visa Framed. Then I'm going to enable the SSL certificate, which has now been enabled. And then I'm going to also change the TLS version to 1.2 by pressing the SSL TLS version button. If I keep pressing it, it'll keep changing to different versions. We are looking for 1.2, and the SSL certificate, TLS certificate, we're going to leave by default as disabled. And cancel to return. And reversal retry account, don't have to worry about it. The next one menu here is I'm going to have you go into the EOT ENQ options, and we're going to go ahead and hit no ENQ required, and it'll automatically change what it needs to. And we're going to go to cancel to return. And we're done the Select Processor menu now. We've gone through all of these buttons already, so I'm going to cancel to return again and drill back out. And you'll notice that this is the screen that we started from in customer setup. We've already done the surcharge. We've done the Select Processor. I'm going to go to Standard 3 options next. In Standard 3 options, I want you to enable your status monitoring, which is now enabled. And the next is going to be communication header, which is disabled right now. So watch this. Hit that and it's enabled. And it's now populated a communication ID, which is everything is showing up as 0 over here. So we're going to go ahead and change that. Hit communication ID. And again, we have another typing situation here with those 3 different keyboards that we can go through, toggle through. In this case, I want to type in a Switch Commerce communication ID, and we're going to go ahead and type in, well, I'm going to go ahead and clear this line first. So I'm going to clear all, and now I'm going to type 1. Once it's highlighted, hit enter. 2, highlighted, hit enter. 3, the same way, highlight and enter. And I got 1, 2, 3 registered on the top line. Now I'm going to change it to alphabets, and I'm looking for a S and a C, just like Switch Commerce. So S is going to be number 7 here, 777. There we got the S, it's highlighted, hit enter. And C is number 2, so 2, 2, 2 is highlighting on C, hit enter. And now I want to go back to the numeric keyboard. So let me go to the table. I do have some numbers here, but I'm going to go to the numbers keyboard, which is a lot easier. So we're going to get 101 now is what we're looking for. So 1, enter, 0, enter, 1, enter. My communication ID has been now registered as 123SC101. And don't get fooled by that orange 1 that's in the beginning. That's just to say that it's line 1 or line 2, line 3. So 123SC101. I'm good with that. Do not forget to press the OK button to save it. And so now we're done. We're not going to bother with the CRC enable disable button. The default setting needs to be remaining at disable. So enable 123SC101. Everything is good. Cancel to return. Okay. Back out We've drilled back out to the customer setup menu, and in this menu here we've done the surcharge, we've done standard 3 options, we've done the select processor. Next I'm going to have you go into optional function 1. In optional function 1 I want you to go to EMV, and in EMV you'll see the default settings there. Your EMV currently by default is disabled. We want to enable it. I'm going to press the enable button, and it is now changed to enable. If I press it again, it'll be disable. We don't want it disabled, we want it enabled. And if you have the most current software in your ATM machine, then we do recommend that you change your kernel version to 6.0. As for the latch and all of the other settings, you're just going to leave them as default. Cancel to return. Cancel to return in the optional function 1. We're trying to drill back out again, and we're back to that main menu where we started in customer setup. And we have done all of the necessary things we needed to do here for now, and we're going to cancel to return again, and we're back to our main menu where we first logged in, which is the operation program menu. So as you recall, we were in customer setup, which we went into and we did our surcharge and select processor and all of that stuff. Next we're going to go down to system setup. In system setup, I'm going to have you go into serial number, and in serial number we're going to program the serial number of this machine. In order to find the serial number of the machine, it is located on the inside. I'm going to open the door here, and you'll notice that we've already plugged up an internet wire here, but you'll notice that the serial number of the ATM machine is located right on the inside wall of the ATM, not on any part of the ATM, but on the inside wall. There's a huge sticker here, and the serial number is located right next to the model number on this white thing. In this case, it's YB83218941. My eyes are a little weak. And what we're going to do on this is go to the alphabets, because we need a Y. Enter. B. Enter. And now we need numbers. 832, I believe it was. So I'm going to go to the numbers menu. Numbers menu here is where I want. 8, enter. 3, enter. 2, enter. And let me see what that was again. That was 832 18941. 18941. 1, 8, enter. 9, enter. 4, enter. 1, enter. And there we go. YB83218941. I'm going to go ahead and press O. Okay, in fact, I took a closer look at that serial number, and I realized that it is YB83219941. So you'll notice that I'm using my keypad here down below, using the arrow buttons to go backwards and forwards, and I'm going to go and highlight the wrong number that I've gotten, which is the 8 here, and I'm going to change it to a 9, which is highlighted. Press enter. So now we have YB83219941, which is correct, and I'm going to OK that and save it. Okay, so again, we're still in system setup, and we've done our serial number. I want to double check our date and time, make sure everything looks okay. Year 2018, month 5, day 9, hour is 20. The hour is actually off a little bit. I'm going to go and press the hour button, and it's asking me to input a new hour, so it's actually 1900 hours. So I'm going to hit 19, hit enter, and then the apply button. Operation successful, and this here now is the correct time and the correct minutes, so that's good. Now that it's all done, hit cancel to return. Go ahead and hit cancel. I'm just going to push that back in, and we've got that. Everything we need to do over here is pretty much done. Cancel to return. Now I've drilled back out into the main operation program menu where we started. So we've done customer setup, we've done system setup. Next I'm going to go into host setup. host setup. From here, we're going to type in a terminal ID number, which you're going to have to get from your ATM processor. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of these default figures here. The terminal number that we're going to be programming for this example is going to be just a generic number that I'm going to assign. And again, we have that same keyboard, the triple keyboards that we can toggle through and get to the alphanumerics, numbers, and whatnot. So this is where we started. I'm going to go into alphabets and assign a N, and then a H, and then I'm going to go to numbers. And again, this particular number here you're going to get from your ATM processor. So check with them on what your terminal ID is going to be. NH, and I'm just going to do a, oops, go back to 0, enter, 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 enter. So I'm going to do NH 0007, 000000. I'm just going to assign just it's a non-existing terminal number, but just for programming purposes, I just wanted to show you. Don't forget to press OK to save it. That's done. Next, because we've put it on the internet, we're going to go into the host address. The ATM needs to have some information to dial out, well, not dial out, but communicate out to the processor to get approval and transaction authorization codes to run the transactions. So, in the host setup, in the host address, I'm going to enable the URL. As you can see over here, by default it was disabled. So now it's enabled. If I press it again, it's going to disable. If I press it again, it's going to enable. So enable the URL. We're going to go to address number 1. And we're going to type in a web address that the ATM needs to communicate out to. And that address is going to be atm1.switchcommerce.net. And so here we go. Go to the alphabet menu again. Again, we're going to have those 3 different keyboards here. Alphabet and ATM1. So ATM1. That's numeric 1. So I want to go back to the numbers keyboard, go to 1 and enter. So we got ATM1 dot. So I do see a dot right there underneath number 4. So 444 will get me to the dot. And if I press enter, there we go, I got my dot. ATM1 dot. Let's carry on with the web address. Go back to the alphabets. Switchcommerce.net. So that is SWITCH commerce is what we need now. So we got switch, commerce, and no spaces between those words. So commerce is C, enter, O, enter, M. Now M is a little bit interesting because commerce is COMMERCE. So once I have that desired letter highlighted and I need 2 M's, I'm just going to hit enter, enter. So COMMERCE. Okay, atm1.switchcommerce.net is what we need. So dot. I'm going to go back to, there's many places I can find the dot, but here's the dot right here in the numeric keyboard again. And it's already highlighted, so enter. And I got my dot, and then go back to the letters. Net is what we need. So N, E, T. atm1.switchcommerce.net. Very important. Do not forget to press OK. And there we have it. atm1.switchcommerce.net. it actually automatically programmed address number 2 as well, which is good. It saves me a lot of trouble. We are going to actually edit that address number 2, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and plug in port number 1 and 2 and get that edited. So port number 1, go there, and we're going to input port number is 1440 and then enter. Or I could have pressed OK. So you'll notice that both port 1 and 2 was automatically populated. So port number 1 and 2 is done. Now I'm going to go back to address number 2, which is right over here on the right. Go to address 2, and I'm going to change the secondary backup website address as atm2.switchcommerce.net. So it's already programmed for the most part. I'm just going to use the arrow button, and I just scrolled over. I've got my number 1 highlighted here, and I'm just going to press 2, and if I press enter, it should get registered on the top line, which it did. So now I have atm2.switchcommerce.net. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and press OK to accept it. Okay, so our host addresses are done, port numbers are done. I'm going to cancel to return and drill back out to the host setup menu. We've done our terminal ID, we've done our host setup. The last part is key management. And for this, I'm going to explain in a separate video.